In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. That is the very first verse from the first chapter of the Gospel of John. John, that we have spent much of even Eastertide reading this year. But let me bring you to the Old Testament. In Exodus chapter 3, Moses was taking care of a flock of sheep out in the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. There the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire coming out of a bush. God called to Moses out of the bush, "Moses, Moses." And Moses replied, "Here I am." I'm sure a little bit confused. Further conversation ensued between God and Moses, and then Moses said to God, "If I come to the Israelites and say to them, 'The God of your ancestors has sent me to you,' and they ask me, 'What is his name?' what am I to say to them?" God said to Moses, "I am who I am. This is my name forever, and this is my title for all generations." Generations later, through the Gospel of John, from beginning to end, the writer continues to remind us, "I am who I am," with verses that include, "I am the bread of life. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. I am the light of the world. I am the sheep's door. I am the good shepherd. I am the resurrection and the life. I am the way and the truth and the life." And the last of the "I am" metaphors in this gospel, today's gospel, I am the true vine. I am is God. I am is the Word. And these I am metaphors that we read through John's gospel identify Jesus as God. Jesus as God incarnate. Oh, such big words, incarnate. Jesus is God in human form. God the Son, fully human, fully divine, part of the Trinity. And our job before Jesus ascends into heaven is to take in his words and remember his actions if we are to be his disciples. Actions born and tested in a politically charged world of hatred and persecution. Remember, Jesus was born in a world of hatred. As a child, he traveled with his family constantly, looking for safety. As an adult, he accepted his role as teacher, mentor, scholar, and friend. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He removes every branch in me that bears no fruit. Every branch that bears fruit, he prunes. I used to read this passage and roll my eyes thinking, Bible gobbledygook. I dislike passages that are just too much of a puzzle. And one year I read a translation article and it made sense. The Father's loving care, or the vine grower's sharp knife, meant that learning and loving and living can be painful. We can lose parts of who we are. We can lose relationships with community, family, and friends. We might be pared down by age or illness, life changes, pandemics, social upheaval. We might experience life in a very different way, and we are changed by it, or we lose our life to it. This can be painful and leave us wondering if God even cares. Yet new life may shoot up through the spring ground where the raspberry canes were removed the fall before, for just this very reason. New life comes at a cost and often hard work. New life comes at a cost. Death, resurrection, repair. One could look at this gospel passage and realize that chapter 15 is about the world's hatred and dis-ease about change, and that Jesus is preparing for his own death. Chapter 16 and 17 walk us through an introduction to the advocate, or the Spirit, the fullness of the Trinity. This gospel then walks us into sorrow. Chapters 18 and 19 are about betrayal and death, and then on to the glorious resurrection and truth. Our directive from Jesus, Son of God, one with the advocate, tells us what to do with our lives. Feed my lambs, tend to my sheep, and follow me. And sometimes you will need to follow me through the shadows of death. The last verse in our gospel reading today is, "If you abide in me and my words abide in you, ask for whatever you wish, and it will be done for you." At first read, this sounds like a quote from a children's story. Whatever you wish for, poof, you will receive. But alas, I'm going to take us down a political pathway with this one. People of privilege can turn this one around and completely forget the earlier verses of loss and consequence and say, well, if I'm good and I do what the Bible tells me and teaches me, my prayers will be answered. I can do anything I want. The Bible has been used for far too many centuries by a ruling class to interpret its directives the way they want. From the days of Herod to the Crusades to Armenian, Jewish, Native, Asian, and Black hatred, genocide in all its forms, we can twist the Bible's contents into whatever we want, again and again and again, completely forgetting the earlier passage from John. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. Abide in me. I will cleanse you. I will prune you. I will help old become new. Death and resurrection allows for new growth, allows for repair and reparation. We need to learn from this past year of death and pain. We need to learn from our history, blurred by our own interpretations of the commandments. We need to learn, not forget, We need to learn and move forward, repairing the way for love, embracing change within its prickly hug. In the words of our second lesson from 1 John today, those who say, I love you, those who say, I love God, but hate their brothers and sisters are liars. Because you can't hate and kill and belittle and diminish your brothers, siblings, and sisters who you have seen, and love God, whom you have not seen. I am is not invisible. I am is not about me. I am is not about me being my own center of the universe. I am who I am is the Trinity, the way, the truth, and the light. At evensong this evening, the choir will sing a hymn with these words: God be in my head and in my understanding. God be in my eyes and in my looking. God be in my mouth and in my speaking. God be in my heart and in my thinking. God be in my end and at my departing. I am who I am, the Creator, Mother, Father of us all, since the very beginning. Amen.